Okay, you guys, so we are back. In this video, we're going to talk about Megan Thee Stallion being the true definition of money cannot buy happiness. Let's talk about it because, like, what the hell, Meg? Can't you go drink something, eat something, sip something, and live like the wealthy woman you are and just let people be on social media? Like, can't you just let poor people be? No, you guys might be confused as to what am I talking about. Well, as you guys know, Megan Thee Stallion won the case against Milagro Cooper, right? And Milagro made a statement saying that she won the case because they did not found her liable when it came to defamation. Even though Megan Thee Stallion was awarded $50,000 by the court, right? So the defamation portion, she was awarded that, but then it was taken off on the account of what Milagro did was from a media personality point of view. And do you know how Megan Thee Stallion was saying, y'all are acting like journalists when y'all are not journalists? It's not true. Do not let anyone trick you into believing that. You have to go to college and get a degree in journalism to be a journalist. No, you can actually start the career, and there are a lot of creators who are far more reputable than journalists who went to college and study in the field, right? Do you guys remember the last time when Megan said it? Like the very first time she said it, I said she was lying, and it came out in the court case. How it came out? Because there's certain protection around, media personalities and their delivery on trending topics and discussions. And as I've said, some of it can be argued that while Milagro was saying Torylanez was innocent, it doesn't mean that she committed a crime, because there are things in the case that is very much arguable, and as such, that is where Milagro was coming from. She was coming from the things that were arguable about the case. And who knows this better than the legal system themselves, right? So, as such, 15K was taken off the judgment on the account of Milagro comes under media. And she's really good at what she does too. I was following a few of her stuff before they, took down her page. She says that she's gonna start again, and I think she should. And I think this may open a door of opportunity for her as well. We see her doing interview with Gayle King. That's something we're going to talk about in another video. But back to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is a true definition of money cannot buy happiness. Happiness is a feeling, and while money can attribute to your happiness, it's really not the epitome of happiness, right? Happiness is a feeling, and it's something that you have to sometimes get into the practice of doing. Megan Thee Stallion, I believe at this point, she needs to get in the practice of being happy, giving thanks, because Milagro is making her comment on social media, and then Megan Thee Stallion is gonna, clap back at Milagro and like, oh, you're lying. All you need to do is just read, because what you're posting on social media is not true. You have to just read. But the thing is, I want to find about the article, guys. I'm trying to find about the article because I read it earlier, right? But the thing is, Milagro's attorney told her that. Milagro's attorney said the same thing after the trial. Milagro's attorney said Milagro was not found guilty on defamation. So if Milagro repeated something that is not factual, how are you going to blame that girl when her attorney told her, okay, you weren't found guilty on this? Because even though the verdict was very clear during trial, her attorney is going to go through it with her again. So why is Megan Thee Stallion clapping back on the internet? Why can't you just let people just say something and just let them have their say. Why do you need to counteract everything? Why you need to fight everything? It's not terrorism. It's not terrorism. Milagro is expressing herself the way she sees fit. She's not your child, you know? But I'm going to find the article and we get into it. Okay, guys, I was searching for the article, but for some reason I can't find it. It was initially published by Geo News. So basically, what they were saying is that Milagro was on Twitter, you know. Okay, guys, so yes, pause again because I wanted to see if I could locate the post. I've been checking for the post as well, not seeing the post. But what had happened was they had changed the judgment, not finding Milagro liable for defamation because she comes under the category of media. So based on what Geo News was saying, because I did not see the post, I read the article, they were saying that Milagro was, you know, telling her fans that she wasn't found liable for defamation. And Megantheestallion was not having it. She was upset about it and she fired back at Milagro, you know, in a separate post saying that people don't read and people need to read and it's not true and all of that jazz. But the court document is there saying that Milagro wasn't found liable on defamation. But this is my point. I know Megantheestallion has feelings too. And as I've outlined and as I've made clear, there are just some things that Milagro did that I cannot support. And that's when it comes to the deep fake porn. You know, I can't support anything that is intentionally harmful to anyone, right? But when it comes to her arguing Torylanez innocence, that is something that I can see through. Because as I've said, and as you know, obviously the court is seeing the same thing, it is definitely arguable, right? But it's just that the manner in which Milagro went about it, that is why she has been found, you know, liable on some of the allegations, you know? So as such, I'm just saying, Megantheestallion, she needs to just chill because you cannot just be, you know, she's winning these cases, but irrespective of the fact that she's winning these cases, there's still a gap there that needs to be filled. And Megantheestallion needs to realize that she needs to put in the work to fill that gap. It's time for her to start internalizing, because how long are you going to live your life spending your days on social media, clapping back at people, spending millions to file a lawsuit against people, even though Milagro is responsible for her legal fees, because it is is it 55K or 59K that the judge, you know, it was the final amount awarded to Megantheestallion plus her legal fees. So even though critics are saying Milagro won, she hasn't won, because she still has to give Megantheestallion money, and she still has to pay Megantheestallion legal fees, whatever that amount is. So that's not a win. That's definitely not a win. A win would be for Milagro to come out of this clean, not being held accountable for anything and not having to pay Megantheestallion a dime or a dollar. And this is why I would say to any content creator, be careful how you listen to your fan base, because they will boost you up so much and you will find yourself in the middle of things that only you yourself will have that bill to pick up at the end of the day. And I've seen people on here cussing my ass out, telling me that I'm a crash out bunny because I said, you know, Megan won the case. But I realize that common sense is not so common these days, because if Milagro has to pay, it can't be that Milagro won the case. So when you're telling me I'm a crash out dummy or whatever because Milagro won where when she has to pay Megan millions, it's going to be millions, because how many attorneys did Megantheestallion had representing her? Wasn't it 3 or 5, something to that tune? So where's the win? Where's the win? There's absolutely none for her. You know, there's absolutely no win in this for Milagro because she still has to pay Megan Thee Stallion. So call me crash out dummy, bunny, whatever you want. Common sense has to prevail at the end of the day. That's not a win. Once you have to give someone money from a court case, once you have to compensate them, once you have to pay them, that's not a win. It's not. And once the court said, okay, yes, you've been found guilty on a few of these charges, not all of them, that's not a win, you know? And if you think Megan Thee Stallion is not going to include her entire, you know, Glam Squad team cost in her legal fees, you guys have a next guest coming, because all those outfits that she wore, shoes, hairstyle, makeup, she's including it in her legal cost. So tell me, where is the win? Milagro didn't win. The only thing she won from this, if she knows how to apply it, is wisdom and knowledge. And if she knows how to apply those, that would be the biggest win for her, right? So we have to let common sense prevail at the end of the day. But back to what I was saying, at what point will Megan Thee Stallion be happy? Seems as though nothing is going to make her happy, because how can you not expect Milagro? Like, you should see the person that Milagro is at this point, and you were, you know, head for head, toe to toe with her in court. So you should have some understanding of this woman. You have been watching her videos to know that she has been cyberbullying you. So you should have, you know, a better understanding of who this girl is, what she's about, and know that she's going to try to save face. You know, she's going to come to social media and do a little flexing. Come on. What is a girl supposed to do after she has lost? She has to restore the confidence in her followers that, you know, your girl Milagro knows what she's doing, and we're not afraid of celebrities around here. She has to do that. She has to do that for her brand and her image. It's not personal. And I think Megan Thee Stallion should know it's not personal and not take it personal. So at what point is Megan going to be happy? Seems as though there's no happiness in sight for Megan Thee Stallion. I'm just saying, but I hope she finds happiness though. I really do hope she finds happiness. I really do hope she finds healing. And above all, I really hope Megan Thee Stallion finds peace, and just know that people will be people. You can't control everyone, not even with a court case, not even with a win, but you can control how you react to everyone. Because if people know that they can easily trigger you, they're going to keep doing it. And the tides are changing. The times and the tides are changing. People no longer worship celebrities. People no longer look up to celebrities. And it's only going to get worse from here on out. So how are you going to cope when it all comes crumbling down for celebrities? Are you going to be crashing out on the internet, going after everyone? You have to have some, you know, little steps that you take to protect yourself, to heal yourself, shield yourself once social media gets toxic and your name is being mentioned. That's what I believe Megan should work on. Protecting her energy and protecting her peace, because these back and forth feud is not profitable to her. No, not only that, you know, Milagro had said to her people, yes, I'm remembering from the article, that the ruling was not final. It was a jury ruling, and the judge is yet to sign off on it. So I think that is what triggered Megan Thee Stallion above all things. I think that is what triggered her. But she needs to understand that you can't control people. And Milagro did not lie. She didn't lie. You don't like it, but did she lie? Absolutely not. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Let me know what's your take on this. And while you're at it, do all you need to support your girl. Peace.